Live from the Rock Ridge Broadcasting Room at Rock Ridge High School. This is Rock Ridge Rundown.
Good afternoon. I'm Connor. This is Jack. And this is your Rock Ridge Rundown. Rock Ridge Rundown is your weekly news broadcast put together by the Journalism 1 and 2 classes. We will broadcast live every Friday at 2:50 p.m. Today is Friday, January 9th, and we hope your day is going well. We have several stories to get to this afternoon, so let's get right into it. If you're planning on registering for online classes for next semester, here's some important information you should know. Online learning can give you flexibility to study at any time and at any place. And it also lets you work at your own pace and can improve your self-discipline skills. However, we do recommend that if you take some or all of your classes online, stay involved with school events and see your friends. Alexander Altobelli says, I like that I can take the classes off campus and work at my own pace. I recommend online classes if you have a study hall so you can fill it and get credit while being able to be at home while you do so. And very lastly, a very important reminder, January 12th is when online registration ends. So if you choose to take an online class, be sure to register before this Monday.
As we all know, we just got back from our Christmas break, and many people found it to be too short and too fast, which I think we can all agree about. Many people participated in a bunch of activities and spent time with their family and friends for the holidays. Many people did activities such as snowboarding, skiing, ice fishing, ice skating, sledding, went to movies, went to games, and hung out with family and friends. During the break, many teachers and students traveled to see family for Christmas. For many, Christmas was spent eating good food, playing games, and opening gifts. Here are some words from seniors Louis Zimmel about their holiday breaks.
I'm here with Louis Zimmel. Louis, what did you do over break? I went to Saskatchewan to go see my family since I'm from Canada, and then I just gambled with my friends because I'm an addict.
Great.
This Wednesday, some of Mr. Strasser's physics class went to Duluth to visit the Cirrus Aircraft headquarters. In total, about 6 kids went on this field trip. Earlier in the school year, on December 8th, 2 workers from Cirrus came and gave a presentation to the physics class, so kids could have a taste of what it's like to work at Cirrus. They were then given the offer to come have a tour of the facility. The class left for the trip at about 8:30 and were in Duluth the whole school day. Senior Rory Scuffy, who went on the trip, said he learned that only 4 bolts hold the entire plane wing to the hull. Cirrus does provide job opportunities to high school students at their facility, and in fact, some high school students in the Duluth area already do work there. Right now, there are no students from Rock Ridge that are employed there, but that is sure to change soon because of this opportunity.
It's beginning to look like the end of the first semester. With the end of any semester comes final exams in many of our classes. We want to remind you of this fact and give you advice to prepare for these final exams. Classes like CIS Algebra, Intro to Physics, and Child Development and Learning are all having a final exam. Mr. Conger, one of our social studies teachers, says, the sooner you start, the better. I'd start studying in a week in advance and chip away at it over time. Practice tests or assignments are a great way to redevelop skills or memorize information. You can also try talking out loud about what you learned in class with someone and seeing how much you remember. Go back and review what you weren't able to remember off the top of your head. Try to space out your studying rather than cramming it into one night. Remember to get a good night's sleep and eat before you take your finals. We wish you students the best luck for all of your finals. After the short break, we will be back with your weekend forecast.
Good afternoon, Rock Ridge. I'm Chalker, and this is your Rock Ridge forecast. Today we have a high of 26 and a low of 16 with a 9% chance of precipitation and a partly cloudy. Following up tomorrow has a high of 20 and a low of 14 with a 24% chance of precipitation and cloudy all day. Sunday the 11th has a high of 24 and a low of 18 with a 13% chance of precipitation and clouds all day. Monday the 12th has a high of 36 with a low of 25 and a 7% chance of precipitation. Partly cloudy day. Tuesday the 13th has a high of 32 and a low of 7 with a 38% chance of precipitation and will be cloudy as well. And a chance of snow. Wednesday the 14th has a high of 15 and a low of 5 with a 10% chance of precipitation and will be partly cloudy. Thursday the 15th will have a high of 18 and a low of 12 with a 47% chance of precipitation. That is your weather for today, and thank you. Have a great weekend. Rock Ridge, we'll see you Friday.
And now for
Sports with
Tom.
What's happening, Rock Ridge? It's E10 again, coming in hot with your sports. Although winter break is over, we still had tons of sporting events taking place, so let's get right into this week's recap. The boys hockey team had tons of games throughout the break, their first happening last Friday before break against the Hudson Raiders, where they would take victory at home with a final score of 6-3. The next game was against the Rogers Royals, where they would sadly be defeated 5-2. But quickly follow that with a dub against Gentry Academy at home. Sadly, during break, they would take back-to-back losses against Forest Lake and the Rangers and the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. They shortly would follow this with a victory against Duluth East with a 3-1 final. The girls' basketball team would start their winter break games against the number 2 state in the state, Crosby Ironton, where although a hard-fought and close game, they would be defeated 87-70. They would bounce back against Little Falls with a 59-45 win. They would then have to face another tough team in Monticello, where they would be defeated 73-52. But they would bounce back against Duluth East in a 78-56 victory. The boys' basketball team would also play against Duluth Denfeld, where they would be defeated 90-74. Then they would host Grand Rapids at home in a blowout defeat of 70-37. As well as Zimmerman taking their road trip up to the Rockridge Wolverines, where the Wolverines would be defeated 81-85. The girls' hockey team would only participate in one game throughout the break, taking on the Northern Lakes Lightning. The girls would take their victory when the goaltender Sarah Moe gaining another shutout. They would have another game against Superior and a defeat with a final of 4-3. That's all we have for this week's recap. This Thursday, our Alpine ski team had their third race of the season. The race took place at Giants Ridge, and the girls team took second place under Duluth East, and the boys took third place. Great job and congrats to our Rock Ridge ski team, and good luck in the future meets. The boys hockey team played Duluth Marshall on Tuesday night. This was a Section 7 AA game, which had a lot of line on for both. It would have both a lot on the line for teams when it comes for the seeding into playoffs. Duluth coming in with a record of 9-0-1, while Rockridge coming in the game with a record of 67. The Duluth was started the big lead heading into the first period, being up 3-0, but Rockridge found the back of the net with Colton Bielke power play goal. And then just a few seconds later, John Westby would put the puck in making the score 5-2. In the second, Rockridge would try to battle back in the third by putting up 2 more goals, one from sophomore Jackson Bartovich and another from senior Colton Bielke. Rockridge would end up falling to Duluth Marshall 6-4. Rockridge's next home game is on January 7th versus Lakeville South. Puck drop is going to be at 7 at the MEC. Now we have your upcoming sports tonight. The girls play Thief River Falls at 6:15 at home, and boys basketball plays Providence Academy at 7 at Providence Academy. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., boys swimming has a tournament at home at 10:30. Wrestling has a meet versus Superior at Superior. Girls basketball has a game versus East Grand Forks at home at 2. Boys and girls hockey will play at 2 tomorrow. Boys versus Bemidji away, and then the girls play Pine City at home. On Tuesday, January 13th, downhill skiing has a meet at Duluth at Spirit Mountain. Boys swimming goes against Mesabi East at 5. Boys wrestling has a meet at Onama High School at 5. Girls basketball and hockey will both play at 7. Basketball is going to be away versus Hermantown, and hockey is home versus the North Shore Storm. Boys basketball plays at Cloquet at 7:15 at home. And finally, on Thursday, January 15th, boys and girls hockey play the Fort Francis at 6 away, and boys will play Proctor at 7 at Proctor. That's all we have for sports. I'm Playbook Pete signing out.
And now you're watching Worldwide Wolverines with Let's Go.
And also her class.
Ella, I'm so weak. How can I get big, strong Greek muscles?
You mean muscles like these?
Yeah! For breakfast, we have a small meal, Tigonitis sweetened with honey. Wow, is that a Mazaia's platter? This is what I have for lunch. Consists of lentils, meats, olives, cheese, hummus, everything you could ever want. It's great for nutrients, and it keeps me healthy, and it gives me strength for all of my hardworking days. This is what I like to call dinner. This is souvlaki, pita bread, lemons, and tzatziki sauce. This was the biggest meal of the day. This is what gives me all of my strength and energy for the rest of everything I do.
Did you know that in ancient Greece, the men, the women, and then followed by them, their servants would eat?
Thank you for helping me be big and strong.
Of course, that's why you always should eat like the ancient Greeks.
The Rockridge Foosball Club has been announced to be starting just as soon as we can get our brand new, high-end, custom Rockridge Tornado foosball tables. Miss Sharon, who's on the World Foosball Tour, will be spearheading the club. The club will most likely be after school on Thursdays and will go on for how longer the members would like to stay. Miss Sharon stated that I wanted to start a club where kids can feel safe and comfortable. Miss Sharon wants everyone to know that the club is open to anybody to join, whether they have experience or not. Word has it that 2 of the top foosball players in the world will be at Rockridge sometime soon after we get the tables. One is an 18-year-old who just graduated from down in the cities, and the other is a 33-year-old from Puerto Rico. We have 15 kids already signed up, and we hope to see more in the future. Contact Danielle Sharon to sign up. Remember, Rockridge, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take.
This week, the students at Rockridge just returned from a 10-day Christmas break spanning from December 24th to January 4th. Over the break, students celebrated Christmas and New Year's, mostly with friends and families. Many students going into the new year chose a New Year's resolution. When asked, junior Nico Lancy said, "This year, his resolution is to stay consistent with my workouts and stay healthy." Many people choose working out as a New Year's resolution, but very few carry it on. Many people with resolutions like this one only stay strong for about 3 to 4 weeks. So best of luck to Nico Lenzi and staying as consistent as possible and staying healthy throughout the whole new year. That is where the saying, "New Year, New Me" comes from. Also, students who celebrated New Year's with their families stay up until midnight and start celebrating after the countdown finishes, declaring it a new year.
This week's Wolverine of the Week has been awarded to senior Jordan McLean. Jordan is part of the National Honor Society and has many hobbies, such as hanging out with friends, shopping, and going for walks. Jordan's favorite subject in school is English. If you see Jordan, congratulate her on being this week's Wolverine of the Week.
That's all we have time for today. Remember to catch your Rockridge Rundown every Friday at 2:50 p.m. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.